Good. So I wanted to go back to looking at mentorship with the story of Moses, um, and um, and I wanted to remind us just about the section of Moses' story where he has just left Egypt. You know, he had fled Egypt after killing a Egyptian who was harming some of the Israelites, and he fled out to the wilderness, right? And he connected up with a family there, and I think maybe if I'm remembering right, that maybe even married into the family, and spent some time out in the wilderness. And it was there that God called to Moses and said, "Moses, I want you to go back to Egypt to liberate your people, to liberate the Israelites." And again, if my memory is serving me right here, Moses initially said, "Are you serious? You want me to do what? I can't do that. What are you talking about?" And it was, I think it took a few different times of God connecting with Moses and saying, "Moses, I want you to go. I believe in you. I believe you can do this." And I think, again, relying on my memory here, I think to start even, Moses said, "I'm not a speaker." There's even that concept of Moses stuttering. So why don't I take Aaron with me to go when I speak back in Egypt? So it took multiple times of God kind of saying, "I see this gift in you, Moses. You are a leader. You are a leader." And Moses continuing to say, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it." And eventually, as we know, Moses goes and confronts Pharaoh and eventually liberates the Israelites. But I think for me, that's a powerful story of remembering that it took, in this case, it was really God mentoring Moses. You know, it's not necessarily our story of mutual. Well, maybe it's mutual mentorship. Maybe God was learning from Moses too. But this concept of naming the gift of Moses, saying, "I believe that you are a leader that can liberate," and continuing to call out Moses in doing that. And so I wanted just to kind of remind us of that story, especially in the context of our conversations in the past around mentorship, to say, well, what are we talking about? And even the word leadership, I've heard that in my own church recently. It's kind of a scary word, for at least for some people, to say, "I'm not a leader. What are you talking about?" And I think, to me, it's the Moses story is a good reminder that God calls all of us in various capacities into leadership and into mentoring each other, following God's example in that.